It's important to remember that this wasn't just an attack on Pearl Harbor. It was an attack on all of Oahu. 15 minutes before the assault here, Japanese aircraft struck all the military airfields around the island and neutralized American air power. Within the next 15 minutes, they neutralized American naval power here as well. This devastating blow cost the Japanese 29 planes and 56 airmen. On December 7, 1941, Pearl Harbor witnessed the dawn of a new era. As World War II came to American shores, men and women fought and died side by side. Many of them remain in these waters and in the surrounding landscapes for eternity. We, the living, are left to understand their story, remember their sacrifice, and honor their memory.
The Arizona had refueled the day before the attack on Pearl Harbor. The estimated amount of fuel before the attack was 1.5 million gallons in the tanks. On the day of the attack, a third of that was destroyed. In the next 2.5 days, another third of that oil was destroyed due to the fire on board. So it's estimated that on December 10th, 1941, only a third of the oil remained. The initial leakage of oil was 2 quarts per day, and the oil still leaks 77 years later. The current leakage is 8 to 9 quarts per day. Any surviving crew members of the Arizona or the families on their behalf can have their ashes interred by U.S. Navy divers. It is felt that they had to be cremated because the fire within the Arizona that burned for 2 days cremated all the men that were unable to leave the ship.
Any surviving crew member of the USS Arizona who was assigned to the ship on December 7th can elect to have their ashes placed within the wreck. To date, over 40 men have already rejoined their shipmates on board.
Oil leaking from the sunken battleship can still be seen rising from the wreckage to the water's surface. This oil is sometimes referred to as the tears of the Arizona or Arizona's black tears. There were concerns regarding the deterioration of the Arizona's bulkheads and the oil tanks from saltwater corrosion. But the National Park Service and Navy divers monitor the ship's condition. Hawaiian legend is that when the last survivor of the Arizona dies, the ship will stop crying. As of our visit, there were still 10 men still alive from the Arizona. The Navy divers and the National Park Service have stated that with barnacles growing over the hole in the Arizona, that they estimate the black tears will flow for another 7 years. And considering the age of the men that are still alive, it is estimated that they also only have 7 years that they can possibly live.
Although there is no way of knowing how long the oil will seep out, many believe that the ship will continue to cry these black tears until the last survivor of the USS Arizona passes on.